Welcome back, Monday morning, nice and fresh in here again. Today we're getting an end frame mocked up, mortise and tenon and clamped together just to see what it's going to look like. There's a few tricky cuts towards the top end because of the chamfering of the timber, so I'm going to have to recess those in. If you want to follow me today on what I'm doing, and I'll time lapse a few more videos, and thanks for watching. So I've just worked out the overall recess and height of the leg. So what's going to happen, bear with me. This leg here has got to move up and slot into the upright. That's the top beam that supports it. So there's going to have to be a 2.5 inch tenon on this and 3 inch of material left on that, so it's not going to quite go all the way through. That will give me a leg height of 28 inches and the top is 2.5 inches, so it'll be a 30.5 inch table, which is quite a common size. So next job, I will mortise these, mortise the legs, get these clamped in together, and that will give me the width of the knots that I need to cut out of the top. So we're all set up on mortise Adams. Oopsie daisy. So we've got a 70mm recess to cut in this. Everything's squared up, marked out, depth set. So I'll time lapse the next part and you can see the process of mortising. So we've got it mocked up basically. There's a little bit of trimming to do off the edge of this just to make it sit flush. The mortise has done a really nice job, so this will slot in there, and then a couple of dowels through here just to secure it. I'm only going to mock these up to start with, so the cuts are rough, within sort of 5-6mm, just so I can get an idea of the distance at the top here, because all this is going to have to be recessed out. So that's the next job anyway. We'll do another time lapse on the other leg. I'll mortise that and then I'll offer it all up. That's mortise number 2 done. Really nice to work with this machine. Makes your muscles big and strong. So that's another one cut. You can see. So that's the second one. They're not perfect cuts of these, but as I said earlier, it does lend itself to this kind of joinery. The main thing is that it goes in nicely. It does, nice and snug. There's a little bit of trimming to do on these gaps, so all I'll do here is run a saw blade in wherever it's tight all the way around, and that'll fit nice and snug. So that's the bottom part of this done. Next part, I will tenon the tops of the legs ready to locate into the top beam. So a little bit of an update on the legs. I'm going to make these slightly different to what I was going to do. I was going to do just 90-degree angles and square cuts, but I think it's going to look better slightly tapered in at the top. Only a slight angle, but as I've got to recut some of these anyway, I might as well do it while I'm at it. So we're using this angle finder. I'll get one, just measure it by eye, use this, tighten it up just to set the angle that I want, and then obviously mirror it on the other side. So that's the bottom beam mocked up, all sits flush on a very slight angle. So I'll get onto the top now, start marking this out. I've clamped it together just to keep it something like rigid on the base. The top might be a little bit more tricky, but again I'll time lapse it so you can see the process of marking out. So as you can see, a bit of real-time chiselling there. Because of the angles on this, I've decided to do it just with a mallet and chisel. This face here will have a square mortise in it for the upright, so if you imagine the table upright goes in, the tenon will slot through there with a couple of dowels through the front. I won't video all of these because this takes me about half an hour per mortise on these by hand. The next part, I'll get the other one cut, offer it up to the table ends and just see how it fits and trim it where necessary. We're getting the top edge something like a pudding. I cut my angles back to front, but luckily I cut it the proper way back to front. So a little bit of trimming to do. I'll offer this down as soon as it fits snug. I will tenon these, and then obviously this will drop down 2.5 inches plus another 2.5, which will make an overall height of around 28 inches. So with the thickness of the top of the table, should be just perfect that. So taking shape now, got the top cut, recessed in, the bottom mortised, all recessed, all trimmed, all cut properly. The next stage, I'll have to take the legs out, put a tenon on the top and then slot them back in once I've mortised the top piece. Right, so we've got, that's the top of the end piece. I've got the everything mortise and tenon. Obviously I've trial fitted that one. So we'll get it assembled now. It's looking something like. It's quite, can be quite time consuming doing mortise and tenon, especially when you've got uneven surfaces to work from. We get in there. Hopefully this fits. Use a bit of a mechanical pull now for getting these in. So I've got all the mortise and tenons done on one of the end frames. Taken a bit longer than I thought it would. I'm just going to now, because the joints are fairly tight, there's a bit of a mechanical bit of leverage just to get everything to line up properly. So, it's actually quite a nice fit, is that? So it's a nice snug fit. I'll do the other end as well. If it will, I'll line this up so you get an idea what it's going to look like. Obviously nothing's fixed yet, just so you can see. So that's what we're dealing with. This is the first fix, so there's still some more work to do on the joints just to make them neat. The insides I've got to chamfer in just to blend it in with the patina of the oak. It's absolutely gorgeous, is this stuff. So there we go. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.